1200 GS. This is the bike that I'm going to be riding 22 different countries to promote Tibet and Tibet awareness. And I chose this bike because this bike has BMW has a dealer all over the world. So it's easier for me. If something breaks down in Europe, I can fix it.
It's interesting that I guess I pictured this to be a big road bike, and it almost has a look like a dirt bike almost. The tires are very durable. It's a different kind of, it's a hybrid bike almost. But how do you describe this kind of bike?
It's an adventure bike. It's called adventure.
For all different types of terrain and
different types of area. Yeah. And also you can, if you go to dirt bike, you can change the tires, in order to come from the dirt.
very easily, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, then the seat looks very comfortable too, huh? That's meant to not wear you out, huh?
I just cut it down a little bit. It's too high when I first bought it. So it's basically I'm tippy-toeing. So I don't want to tippy-toe, break my legs.
Yeah.
So I cut down a little bit to manage to sit.
So it has power and it
yeah.
And it's a side stroke, so it's better.
Side strokes, yeah.
It's better efficient or mileage. And what are you keeping things there?
These are all I put my media gear to update my videos and stuff like that.
Oh.
And this is my tools and my engine oils and whatever brake fluid, whatever I need is right here. And I have also a duffel bag that sits on the top.
Oh, okay. That's your backrest kind of.
Backrest, and also I put my tan and sleeping bag in case if I broke down my bike nowhere, I can have a sleeping tan and sleeping bag.
Then is the flag always out, or do you have to take that down when you're?
When I go to the highway, I take it down. But normally in the street, I leave it open to make people to see this flag, Tibetan flag, flying high.
And everybody where you go, people sign it, huh?
Definitely. Yeah.
Is that a donation? They sign it?
No. Just anybody can sign it. It's just permission.
Then, so you had 0 miles when you started. What do you have now?
I started have 0 miles. Now I have almost 9,000 miles.
9,000? Wow. And when you're all done, you'll have
45,000.
45,000. And then it'll be ready for the museum.
Yeah, definitely. That's what a lot of people told me, that I have to find which museum is,
Was there
it's good.
Was there a person that inspired you to do this?
Yeah, I read a book about Yvonne McGuire, who's
Yvonne McGuire?
Yvonne McGuire, who's an actor who did a cross country from Europe to Africa. So basically, he rode the same bike and he gave more detail about this bike.
I see. Wow. So what time, you got to head out early in the morning, huh?
Yeah, tomorrow 8 o'clock I'm going to be leaving to Wisconsin.
So do you take the main highways or the back roads or?
I take the main highway because I have to be in the schedule. So if I don't have to be in the schedule, I take the
So it's meant to stop. Yeah, you're not sightseeing. It's meant to meet people, right?
Exactly. If I have a schedule that meeting somebody, I take the highway to get there on time.
So, Mr. Lhakpa1.m4v, you're from New York.
Yes, I am
and
from New York.
How long? I guess maybe what is the purpose of your? What is the route of your bike route, and what's the purpose?
Bike route was 22 different countries to promote Tibet and Tibet awareness. 1959, Tibet was illegally occupied by Chinese government. More than 1 million Tibetans died. 6,000 monasteries been destroyed. Nuns been raped, tortured, monks been tortured, not allowed to practice their religion. Basically, Tibetans are fleeing from Tibet to get human rights, religious freedom from Tibet.
And were you born in Tibet or in Lhasa or in India or?
1959, when Chinese illegally occupied, my parents escaped from Tibet in 1967. When they escaped from 1967 from Tibet, they were carrying 6 children, and soon they arrived in India. I was born. Within 6 months, my mom died, and I was told that she went to bathroom and she never came back. And my father was so poor he couldn't afford to feed his children. Basically, he donated us to different Tibetan orphanage schools. There are more war story than what I have been through during those times. During those times when Tibetan people are escaping from Tibet, they don't have anything but the little backpack with a lot of kids and the family. A lot of Tibetan people died because of culture, because of altitude, because of temperature. A lot of Tibetan people died.
Mm. And then, so how did you wind up in New York then, as an adult or as a child?
So, as a kid growing up in orphanage school, I saw motorcycle travel around the world, and I thought that someday I want to do that, but not for the fun, for the cause for Tibet. And living in India is impossible due to financially, or living in India, in Tibet, people living in India as a refugee, there's no way you can do anything. So I came to the United States in 1995. In 1996, I joined the Peace March from Washington, D.C. to New York for 3 months to raise awareness and issue for Tibet. In 1998, again I joined the Peace March from Portland, Oregon to Vancouver, BC, Canada for another 3 months to raise Tibet and Tibet awareness. During those time, I met a lot of Americans who doesn't know anything about Tibet, and basically I educate about Tibet and tell the leaders to raise issues about Tibet. And then 2001, I met my wife, and I told my wife that I have this project that I want to do for Free Tibet, for the cause for Tibet, and we got married. In 2008, there's a huge demonstration in Tibet, inside Tibet. Those Tibetan people who grew up under Chinese communists, they did demonstration. Doing political demonstration in Tibet, you're basically sacrificing your life or your death sentence. Using the word Free Tibet, Dalai Lama in Tibet, basically you are sentenced to life in prison, 25 years, or put to death. So those people who grew up under the Chinese communists, they did a huge demonstration, meaning they're not happy under Chinese communists. So I live in a free country. I live in a free country. I can speak up for them because they don't have any voice. So I'm the Tibetan people who live in free country. I can speak for them. So I told my wife that I want to do this project in 2010. So that's why I started my Free Tibet World Tour from United Nations 2010. So basically I'm traveling 22 different countries to promote Tibet and Tibet awareness and tell people and tell the Congress, tell the President that people in Tibet are still suffering under Chinese communists.
How do you organize a trip like that? Do you have planned stops, planned speaking engagements or materials you're handing out? How does that work?
So I made this route to North America, Canada for first 2 months. And during the routes, I get in touch with Tibetan communities throughout America and Canada. And also, not only that, before 2 days, I Google and search local newspaper, send my press release to local news media to get in touch with me. So most of the time, they got in touch with me. I got to speak to them about Tibet.
Mm. And how do you prepare for a trip like this? How long have you been riding bikes?
Basically, when I was in India, in Nepal, I rode my motorcycle. I know how to ride a motorcycle. Mm-hmm. But in America, I didn't. And this is the first time I rode this motorcycle. And I financed all this project by myself. Basically, when I travel around the United States and Canada, stopping by Tibetan community, asking donation for the gas money here and there. Other than that, I spent all my savings, all my 401k, I took it out for the Tibet project.
Wow.